Hey guys, welcome to our burnout proof blueprint.
The most important things that we can't get rid of. There's other things that are fluff that we can just say for right now, while we're in busy season, we don't need to do these bottom things. And you don't want to hire in a panic, because we never wanted to fire anyone during slow season.
Right.
So we just kept them on, and that was not good for profit during those slower seasons. So if you can really start eliminating some of the things your staff are doing that are non-essential before you hire more people. The first company that I grew and scaled, I focused on sales and marketing. Yeah. And we did great. But then guess what? On the second company, I focused so much on operation and didn't put the money into the sales and the marketing like I needed to. And you have to focus on sales first.
You know, what I love about what we're getting ready to offer is that when you're Amazon, you had to go borrow and borrow and borrow. And when she's running a company or I'm running a company, we don't usually have access to institutional funding. But what we did do is we were able to grow and scale those businesses with a blueprint that we can share with you. And it works without having to borrow it to the tilt. You can lead with profit.
Yeah, I am all about leading with profit, but I want to talk about another mistake I made, and that is hiring too many people in the busy season. So every business has peaks and valleys. This is a busy time. This is a slow time. Yeah. Basically with real estate, March, April, May, June is a really busy time. And I remember our staff would be like, we're so busy, we need help. And, I'd be like, hire people. I wrote the book, Delegate Everything But Sex. So I'm all about, hire another person so we have to delegate to. But one of the things that I would say is, instead of hiring during those busy seasons, what you really want to do is you want to eliminate, automate, or delegate it and outsource it to someone else, because growth doesn't necessarily mean more people. It means focusing on what's essential.
That all that stuff it's amazing. And I feel like you can do that over and over and over with multiple different businesses. And it's such a value. And at the same time, even one of these things may not apply to somebody because they've got something different for their business. And so, I love your creativity and your ability to do that. Going back to this thing that, with the levers, there's three things that really are levering every single business. It's your time allocation, your money allocation, and your energy allocation. And it's really hard sometimes to go in and dial that in because you've spent money on something and you believe you should. Every day you're spending money on coffee. Well, somebody comes in and looks at your accounting and says, hey, you're spending money on coffee. That money could be reallocated to something else. Hey, you're spending a lot of energy helping somebody that's not getting you a result. Not having a KPI for that can really be a difference in how you can reallocate that energy. But it takes somebody coming in and then telling you, hey, you're doing this and you could try this, because it seems scary, because we've always done it that way and we felt comfortable with that. And when we felt comfortable with that, we did it because it worked and that was our belief system. A coaching or somebody that's been where you're trying to go that can come in and reframe how you're analyzing something and how you can do it differently, and more so maybe giving you the confidence to make that adjustment, can really be the springboard to leading to something else.
Yeah, and I think the energy allocation is one question that you always challenge me on, because you're always like,
I love your energy.
But you always ask me like, okay, is this really the energy that is it worth the squeeze? Basically, is the juice worth the squeeze?
In this, when you're going in and you're spending time like helping people that are not necessarily getting you the result, when it's not driving revenue, a lot of times is when you're not driving revenue, you're spending so much time, but no new money is coming in. And when you reallocate that time toward driving in sales and revenue, this is a huge indicator of what your business can do. A lot of people think revenue is for vanity, right? And so when you're looking at this, revenue is not necessarily for vanity if your time is allocated toward generating new revenue. So there is a correlation and a value to that. And I think people don't pay close enough attention to that.
Yeah, and I wrote the book, Delegate Everything But Sex, so I love to delegate. And I think that's one of the things that I can really challenge people on a daily basis of, why are you doing that? So us having somebody that can go alongside you and really asking you those hard questions of where your time is being spent, you don't get that in a big conference. And me and you just went to this conference, and
you're disgusted even saying it. I can just see it in your face
about it. Honestly, it was I was so pumped about it too. And it was probably, I don't know, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 people. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I gave it a -5. And that's actually, I'm really glad that that happened, because that's when I decided we need to start working more in small groups with people, because CEOs really need a community of people that can come alongside them and help them. But I thought these people are just going in, getting a rah, shish kaboom ba, and getting no value. I mean, when I say no value, I rated it a -5 when I was done. And so that just kind of got me more passionate about helping CEOs, because we need it. We need each other.